Anyway, let's jump to The Invite. The Invite is in theaters now. It stars, like I said, Olivia Wilde, Seth Rogen, Edward Norton, and Penelope Cruz. The premise of The Invite is that there's a couple in San Francisco. They are fairly miserable. They've been married for a long time, 20 some years. Um, and
Mm,
they're pretty much, um,
done.
they're done. They're done with.
They're done.
It's ran its course. It's hit a wall.
Mhm.
One, it's kind of a resentment thing in a sense. They invite the neighbors from upstairs that are constantly having sex, and
And they can hear them.
they can hear them. So Olivia Wilde decides to invite them downstairs for a little party, little shindig. She wants to really, um, she wants to apologize to them for all the noise they made with reconstruction in their apartment. But I think she's definitely more. She wants to inquire about all the sex noise,
She
and
wants to, right. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all. That's the main
Well,
thing.
not really, because she keeps stopping her husband from bringing it up.
Yeah, yes, but I think she was kind of intrigued to see
I
if
think
it
she
come
more
up.
wanted to know how
Oh, it was. She wants to
Penelope,
know
is it Pina, the Penelope Cruz's
Pinya.
character,
Pinya.
and Hawk, which
How
is Ed
how they're
Norton,
having a phenomenal sex
how, yeah, he keeps giving her such a great
orgasm.
orgasm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, it's kind of an uncomfortable film at first, because Seth Rogen's character is such a schlub. He's such a
Seth Rogen's character pissed me off throughout the whole movie.
right, but I mean, that was the point of the
I
character.
think
But
so too. But that's, I was thinking about him, like, that's all his characters.
a lot of his
He's
characters are that guy.
a just a fat dude who's insecure and has to
Yeah,
make jokes
yeah.
about everything.
Yeah, and he has that laugh after everything.
Yeah, it's a nervous laugh
That
and it's
yeah, like yeah,
so
yeah,
annoying.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so,
yeah,
and
yeah.
apparently all his characters now smoke weed because he likes to smoke weed, so now they have to smoke weed.
I'm pretty sure Olivia Wilde wrote that in there for him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so they get invited to the invite. They come down, the chit chat and whatever. Seth Rogen's character is kind of a dick to the neighbors. Um, until they apologize for the sex sounds, but then they say the sex sounds aren't just them; it's the sex parties they have upstairs.
Yes, they are
And then they're
swingers.
swingers. And now Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen are very much interested in talking to them.
Very intrigued.
Very intrigued to the point where they get invited to a sex party.
No, they try to create their own right there and then.
Well, no, remember they invite them first, and then they're like,
Right, but they kept saying over and over, but tonight's on the table.
yeah,
Tonight,
well, Edward Norton's character, remember Penelope Cruz was like, no, no, and really she didn't necessarily want to do that tonight, but he was kind of forcing it. And anywho, so in the end, basically those two characters, Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen's characters, realized they should not be together anymore because there's a resentment there. She thinks that she resents her because he no longer is part of his rock band and then never became famous, and all he is now is a college uh, music
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 school, not
teacher,
even college,
music
music
school, yeah,
school.
music school teacher, and and he also says he kind of hates his life. He's miserable and he hates everything about it, and da, 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 but he doesn't really say why. He
It
just
tells, he
says,
does say why. He's
"What
still
was it?"
living in his parents' house,
Well, that was kind
which
of
he
lame, though.
inherited.
That was
Yeah, that was
lame.
pretty
Yeah,
neat because it's
that
a
was
nice
lame.
place.
It's a
And
very
it's
nice
San
place.
Francisco. You can't afford shit
Exactly.
working as a
Super
music
nice.
school
Yeah,
teacher.
yeah.
And because he's working at the shitty
Well,
music
because he
school,
feels like his life
right? And
went
his,
from it was
because
phenomenal and it was
in the
fun and
band, yeah, yeah.
well, and it was also fun when they first started dating and everything. They're having a good time, and then he basically real life hit him, and he hates real life. Like he hates
I think
responsibility.
so. Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
He doesn't want responsibilities. He doesn't want to just have the 9 to 5 job and then but she doesn't do anything. She doesn't work, and he blames her for that because he just said, "I never told you not to work. I never told you not to continue your passion or whatever you want to do. You decided to
They
do
never
that."
really said what her passion was.
Remember, it was photography, and she quit it.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, she quit it.
Oh, I get. Oh, because they found that one picture in the hallway.
Yeah,
Well,
and
she went to art school, and it wasn't necessarily for photography, but she went to art school.
yeah, but Seth Rogen kind of explains like you didn't have to quit, your passion or whatever, and you kind of get the idea it was art or photography, whatever
Right.
it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and clearly Olivia Wilde's character still wants to, you know, have a wild life in the sense that she wants to have fun, and Seth Rogen's character is completely a dud. Um,
I think she just wants to live, and then Seth
that's
Rogen is
what I
just so
mean.
miserable
Yeah,
that
exactly. He makes her miserable.
comes home every day and just takes his shoes off and lays on the floor like, He's just waiting to fall asleep so the next day he can get through the next
So
day.
next day can show up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. It's kind of Penelope Cruz. I thought everybody acted great in the movie. I thought it was good in it.
Yeah. Mhm.
I thought it was a good movie in that regard. I just when it ended, I was like, mm, okay.
I knew it was gonna end there though. I
Oh,
knew,
for sure. But I was kind of like,
but I
oh,
think at the end,
mm.
what happened was, I mean, let's just start from the beginning. From the beginning, I was kind of pissed off because of all the overlapping chatter throughout the whole movie. I'm like, this is too chaotic.
Oh
There's
yeah, yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
much.
They're going at it.
This
Yeah,
is too
they're
much.
bickering and fighting so much. Yeah.
But not only that, just the over, even when the neighbors came down and all four are just talking, talking,
Oh
talking.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
people settle the fuck
But
down.
you know what though? It did remind me of an actual like that's how
Sure,
it
an
is when
actual
you
party, sure.
because when there's like say six people, there's literally three
Yeah.
conversations going on at
Oh,
once.
oh yeah, yeah. And but you know there's six going on, but you can hear exactly what you're saying to the guy
That's what I
across from
mean.
you
No matter
and not
what.
get
Yeah, yeah.
interrupted by anything else or
That's why when I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
watching it, I was thinking this is very realistic in this
Yeah,
regard.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was the whole thing was very except for of course the sex parts or
Yeah, nobody wants to
the
bang Seth
non-sex
Rogen. Jesus
parts,
Christ.
but but yeah, it was very realistic in that front. Yeah. Continue.
I thought it was directed great. I thought Olivia Wilde did a great job directing. Like with all the
Hmm.
chaos and everything, I'm like it pulled it off pretty well and all the different angles and things and but so Pina, Penelope Cruz's character, is a psychologist and a sexologist, or is it?
Yes. No,
Yeah,
I think she's just a psychologist.
she said she was also a
I
sexologist.
think that's kind of like the side thing about
Yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah,
mantra
yeah.
and all that other stuff, tantrums and whatever,
But anyway,
torture.
when
I don't know.
everybody started arguing at the end, she started arguing with Hawk,
Oh yeah,
and then Seth Rogen, Joe was Seth Rogen's character. I can't remember Olivia Wilde's character's
yeah. I can't
name,
remember it. Yeah,
but they were arguing, and then so the psychologist Pena decided to sit them down and talk to them and ask them, "How do you feel?" Blah blah
setting it
blah.
straight.
And at the end, Pena said, "I think this relationship is over," and they both agreed. And then the neighbors from upstairs wanted to leave. They thought this is, kind of uncomfortable.
Well,
Let's
they pulled the
just
Batman.
leave.
They pulled the Batman.
Well, sure. I think they did it on
Yeah,
purpose
of course.
because when she asked for her souffle dish back, they went to go wash it and they snuck out.
Yep,
I
yep, yep,
think that
yep.
was on purpose so that the two could see what's really going on. And I think Seth Rogen finally stopped being miserable because he
Yep,
started playing his piano again, and then
yep, yep.
and clearly those weren't his fingers. I imagine his fingers are a lot fatter than the close up on the hands doing the piano playing. But then I knew that she was going to come and join him because that's the song at the beginning that they were playing on the piano.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I think from there, finally they've decided I need to stop being who I am. I need this is ridiculous. If you love this person that you're with, then you got to make some changes. And I think that's what started it was playing the piano because she said you haven't played the piano for years and that used to be your love, your passion, whatever. You used to love playing the piano. You played every day. So I think from there, I think things will finally smooth its way out. And that's why they left unannounced. They just left.
Yeah, I think the whole music thing was his kryptonite for some reason. Don't play my
Yeah,
record.
he
I
would.
don't. I
Yeah,
never play music. I hate music. Blah, 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 blah.
like when he said, "Can I find it on Spotify?" I'm sure if you had a record label, clearly you have a record. I'm sure the song could be found online somewhere.
It just was nuts because like when she said that to him, oh, you resent me because your music career didn't take off. And I was like, yeah, I probably is what his deal is. He was like, no, 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 no. I was like, no, it is because you hate everything about your personal music. You hate it. Like you don't want to hear it because it brings you back to a time when you enjoyed life
Right.
and you don't have that anymore. And now you hate what you have, So yeah, yeah. Again, I thought it was a good movie. Um, I thought it was pretty good. Um, and it gets a little like this like I said it does get very like oh this is awkward feels awkward.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
But that was the whole thing and I don't know I give it a I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. I was gonna give it a 4 but it's not it's just the middle of the movie kind of drags for me. The whole sex thing drags for me. I was like, it was interesting, and then that part was like, that wasn't that interesting. I get it, but it wasn't. But it also led to the end where, oh, my back went out because it seemed like an excuse he used, to get out of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation. When Olivia Wilde's character with Ed Norton, she was enjoying it.
Right. And that's the kind of person she is. She wants to continue enjoying life. She wants to be
Exactly.
desired.
Exactly.
Where Seth's
Exactly.
character Joe is just like you said, he just hates waking up in the morning. He just can't wait to go back to bed for the next day to start.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. What's your rating for The
Uh
Invite?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well. But only because I didn't like Seth Rogen's character. He bugged the
It's
shit
just,
out of me.
it's how he
Bugged the shit
always
out of me.
is. So it's always is.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just it. He's just played the same dude who plays in every damn
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
the way his character was so rude. I mean, I can't picture anybody being that rude unless you really just are a shitty person. If that's the case, I don't see how Olivia Wilde's character even
He
stayed
and he
with you.
and he plays it very well. You know what I mean? But like you said, he is that. Like you've already seen The Studio on Apple TV, which is a really good show
Yeah,
that he's
yeah,
in.
same shit.
He's
Insecure
the
dude
same
with the
character.
stupid laugh,
Insecure,
making
dude.
jokes.
Every movie he's in, he's the
Same
same.
shit.
You know who that character is? That character is from Knocked Up, but he's no longer with that character, and he's moved on to Olivia Wilde. He's literally he's just that character. Like you could probably build a whole storyline of all his characters leading to this movie. It's the same character. Like
Right.
it's the same. It's the same shit over and over. I think if you were to cast somebody else, even though it's the same kind of beats with the character, it would have been like totally different. You know,
Probably.
like somebody else slightly more attractive, da 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 da. Like, but it would have came off like very different. If it was Robert Pattinson, but who's playing Chris Hansen, that's what it
Then
was.
he'd be expecting somebody to show up at the
He's
door with the
expecting
pizza.
people to show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, he'd be super excited. Oh man.
yeah, he would be excited. She was like, "We invited people." Did you now? Well, is there a pubescent child around? We can set this person up.
Good thing we sent our daughter off to have a sleepover.
Seriously. Oh, anyway, all right, there you go. The invite. Let's